Hi guys, I'd like to talk about the Bourne Supremacy. I know it's weird timing, you could call it horrible timing. On July 29th, I was talking with my buddy Dustin on Facebook. He agreed to review Jason Bourne with me. Well, the next day I reconsidered. Naturally, I feel reviewing Supremacy is better. Before you hear my review, you'll hear Dustin's review. He called himself Classic Clown Vlogs. Well, take her away, Dustin.
Hey everyone, just want to say thank you, SirTyJensen, for letting me collaborate with you once again. Today we're reviewing the Bourne Supremacy. So the Bourne Supremacy is the second film in the Bourne franchise starring Matt Damon. Well, most of them star Matt Damon. And in this one, basically, Jason Bourne, the titular character, is basically, it takes place like a couple years after the first one. He's framed for these murders that happened. And basically it's like this kind of cat and mouse game. That's how kind of most of the movies play out. But yeah, it's just an action spy crime thriller film. And so yeah, I mean, the plot to this movie I think is pretty simple for the most part. The character of Jason Bourne, the first movie, he doesn't really know who he is. He suffered from a big case of amnesia. So in this film, he's still kind of trying to figure out who he is. And throughout the film, we do get, more backstory of Jason Bourne's character amidst this big, the plot line, the main storyline. Basically, it's just like the CIA. The CIA is after Jason Bourne because he was framed, like I said, for these murders. But it's also more to that. Instead of just that, there's moments in the film where it's about Jason Bourne as a character, and he's trying to figure out who he is, what he did in his past. And I think those moments result in some of the strongest moments in the film. I think so, because I'm always a big sucker for character moments, just character films in general, and I think Jason Bourne is a very fascinating character, and he's just a complete badass too. But his backstory is also really fascinating, I think. And I like how in the beginning of the series we don't know much about Jason Bourne, just like he doesn't know much about himself. So throughout the whole series, we're just learning more and more about him as he is learning more and more about himself. And yeah, I think it's cool. And so yeah, I really appreciate this film as a bit of a character piece too, in some ways. But of course, mainly, it's an action film. It's a thriller, and I think it excels in that genre. Now, I think for a while, I thought The Bourne Identity was my favorite of the series, but since the new Jason Bourne movie came out, I decided to go back and rewatch them. I haven't gotten to Ultimatum yet. I'm probably going to rewatch that soon, so I don't know how that will factor in, but I always thought that Identity was my favorite, and then Supremacy would be my least favorite. But upon rewatching these films again, I think on a story level, I think I do like Identity better, but I think on a more technical level, in terms of action scenes, directing, camera work, stunt work, and all that good stuff, I think I like Supremacy a little bit more in that aspect. I think the action scenes are great. Paul Greengrass directs it, and I think he directed this film exceptionally well. He has a signature shaky cam, trademark, I guess, that's been overdone in a lot of action movies, but I feel like the way Paul Greengrass does it, it happens, I think, with the editing in this film, and just the way the movement of the camera, the shakiness isn't overdone or anything. I think it has a very natural feel. It's very fluid, I think. I think it really fits with the intensity of some of the action scenes that are going on. And during the calmer moments, it's not as shaky. I think the way Paul Greengrass directs this film is, I think he knows how to use shaky cam to its advantage, I think. And like I said, some of the stunt work in this film is great. The action scenes are great. Two of my favorite scenes in this movie is the one where he is fighting that one dude in the apartment, and then he for some reason sticks a magazine in a toaster and blows the place up, but whatever. Another one of my favorite scenes is the car chase near the end of the film with him and Karl Urban's character. That was a great scene right there. Also, I just want to say another one of my favorite scenes in the movie is near, not spoiling anything in case you haven't seen it, but it's near the end of the film where Bourne is revealing something about himself to another character. Very strong scene. Matt Damon is a great actor. He proves in this film he's just a great character actor, but he's also a really great action star too. He has a nice combination of both. So all in all, I think Bourne Supremacy is a great sequel. It was a lot better than I remembered it, to be honest, because I remember watching this a few years ago, and I liked it, but it wasn't one of my favorites in the series. But I was actually really surprised this time around how much I enjoyed this film. I think I'm gonna have to go with a 4 out of 5 for this one. 4 out of 5 stars. So that's my rating and my review for the Bourne Supremacy. Thank you, SirTyJensen, once again for letting me collaborate with you. I had a lot of fun. Bye.
Thank you, Dustin. The Bourne Supremacy is the second Bourne movie. 2 years have passed since the first movie. Bourne gets framed for a double homicide, so now he must go on the run. He continues his cat and mouse game with the CIA. The Bourne Supremacy was good. It's an intense thrill ride and well acted. The action is important in these movies. It's less of a character study than the first movie. It has more action and suspense. It's more of a thriller. I honestly thought Identity was my favorite until today. I gave the first two movies some more thought. Well, while I was watching Supremacy for the latest time last week, I doubted how I felt about Identity. I wasn't quite sure which is the best. This movie's advertising was how I first heard of Jason Bourne. I mean the TV spots, I don't recall if I seen the trailer then, it doesn't matter.
Camera landing.
This is Jason Bourne.
Bourne?
What did I say? If I even feel somebody behind me, I will bring this fight to your doorstep.
Trace it.
Where is he?
Right next to you.
That was the end of the trailer, a little bonus. That was clever editing. I guess clever editing is common. I am pleased to say, these trailers don't spoil the movies. I seen Supremacy in the cinema with my mom. Yes, I seen Identity first. Doug Liman directed Identity. The producers no longer wanted to work with him because he's a rebel. They hired Paul Greengrass because of his filmography. He likes making gritty, intense movies. He loves using shaky cam. He and Matt became good buddies. They also made Bourne Ultimatum, Jason Bourne, and Green Zone. I couldn't get into Green Zone. I gave it 2 shots. Jason Bourne is so confused and vulnerable, so he's searching for answers. He's on a revenge path, so he's a darker character. He's angry. He's struggling with his negative feelings. So yes, I feel Matt delivers a stronger performance.
Matt Damon! Matt Damon! Matt Damon! Matt Damon!
Joan Allen plays Pamela Landy, the CIA official hunting Jason. She's not a villain, she's simply an antagonist. She's an honest, serious woman looking for answers. She doesn't want to kill Jason. It's not often you see an action movie that has an antagonist that isn't a villain. I'll give you 2 examples. The Fugitive and Fast 5. Karl Urban plays Kiro, a Russian assassin. He's not Blackbriar or Treadstone, he's freelance. He's ruthless and quiet. Actions speak louder than words. Karl is very famous now. We all know him as Dr. McCoy and Judge Dredd. I'm not a shaky cam fan. Paul Greengrass loves it and he does it well. The shaky cam here is good for the most part. There's a fight scene where Jason Bourne fights the last Treadstone agent. It's so shaky, it could have been worse. I honestly thought it was fine till my latest viewing. The Bourne Supremacy gets an A. It's a good movie. You should see it if you like action movies or Matt Damon. Let me know what you thought of the Bourne Supremacy. Did you like it or hate it? Alright, I'll quickly go over Bourne Ultimatum. It's good, but it's the weakest of the trilogy. If you think it's the strongest, that's fine. It's action-packed. In fact, it has a little more action than the last one. It feels emotionally hollow compared to the last 2 movies. The shaky cam's good. I honestly thought it sucked until my latest viewing. The fast editing was a problem. Yeah, it's worse than in Identity, which I didn't know about until recently. Jason finally learns about his past. The ending is emotionally satisfying. As always, thanks for watching, guys. You can check out my Jason Bourne review if you haven't already. Shares are appreciated. You should check out Dustin's channel. I'm really excited for Suicide Squad. I'll talk to you later.